Recommending number 15, iron steel structural inviting bids for the bridge work. First, the preferable the railroad to furnish general detailed plan, the specification, structural work for the bidder is complete enough to show the extra character of the work with the right if the plans cannot be furnished for the alternative to the furnished general specification accompanied with the outline plan with all information concerning the work. Secondly, if preferable, they invite the bids of the proper price base if the base desired by the alternative bids may be asked for the work of the FOB cars and for the work erected. The lump of the sum of the divided and admissible in case for the outline specification only furnished for the party for the other of the manufacturer to be invited to the bid of the erection. Third, the invite bids for the large group of the bills of the group of the bids as can be defined consistently with the first recommendation with the required to anticipate the future requirements not necessary for the railroad to submit the design nature of the work known to the bidder of the season, but they having previously done with the railroad as a standard design, similar instructions submitted with the bidders. The fourth, whenever the bridge is directed with the line where the traffic is to be maintained, the recommended with the work to be done with the railroad. Therefore, but small railroads where suitable to organize equipped for such work may not be justified. Large bridges, in some cases, all bridges may be erected by contract. Fifth, the railroad accompanying shall be in all cases furnished with the floor timber. Our general iron steel structure, the general specification material of the work with the main ship of the steel structure. Material. Steel shall be made with the open heart process to the chemical, physical, and properties shall conform with the following limits. Elements considered the structural steel, the rivets, steel castings, ultimate phosphorus maximus, sulfur maximus, ultimate tensile strength pounds per square inch, elongated with the percentage of the 8 inches and 2 inches. Character of the fracture, cold bend without fracture, ultimate tensile strength, steel casting. The yield point is indicated with the drop beam, but it shall be recorded with the test reports. If the ultimate strength will vary for more than 4,000 pounds from the desired result, but it should be made with the same gauge with which the acceptable shall be 5,000 pounds with the desired ultimate. The chemical destination for the percentage of the carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, magnesium shall be made with the manufacturer from the test and anything got with the taking the time of the pouring and each with the metal steel with the correct copy of the such analysis in the furnished with the engineer and of the highly inspector of the chief. Check the analysis shall be made with the furnished the material and called for the purchaser in which for the excess of 25% above the required limits allowed. Plate shapes and bars. Specimens and utensils bending of the test for the plates and shapes and bars shall be made in cutting the coupons from the finished product with which shall have the both face for the rolled and both edges of the mill with the showing the figure 1 with the bolted edges of the barrel with the bait may be turned to the diameter 3/4 of an inch for the length of the least fixed 9 inches with the width and large end. 6. Rivets for rods should be tested and rolled. Pins and rollers the specimen should be cut with the furnished and rolled and forged and barred, and so in a manner that the center of the specimen shall be in 1 inch from the surface of the bar. The specimen and tensile test shall be turned with the form sugar figure 2. Specimen of the bending test shall be 1 inch by 1.5 inch in section. Steel casting. Steel casting number of the test will depend on the characteristic important for the casting specimen with the cup of the coal for the coupons, the molded with the cast for the some portion of the one or more casting from each of the metal with the sink end head for the head with the sufficient side of the coupon with the sink head. So you shall be enabled with the casting before the cutting off the testing specimens to be prescribed with the pins and rollers. As annealed specimens, materials are used with the material. The annealing further the treatment should be tested in condition with when it comes to the rolls when the material is annealed without otherwise treated before the use of the specimen tensile test for the quints representing such material should be cut off with the properly annealed with the cylinder treated with the short length of the full section of the bar. Number to test at least 1 tensile string. 1 of the bending tests shall be made with each of the metal with the steel is rolled in case the steel is differing 3/8 of an inch or more. Thickness is rolled. The 1 metal test should be made with the thickness and thinness material rolled. 11. For the more material than 5/16 of an inch, more than 3/4 of an inch in thickness, the following modification will allow with requirements of elongation. For each 1/16 of an inch, thickness below 5/16 of an inch, deduction of 2.5 and feet will be allowed and specified from percentage per inch. For each 1/8 of an inch thickness above 3/4 of an inch, 1 will be allowed for the specified percentage. For pins and rollers with over 3 inches of the diameter, elongation of the 8 inches may be 5% less than specified in paragraph 2. The bending with the test may be made with the pressure by blows, plates, and shape of the bars. Less than 1 inch thick shall be placed and bended with the call with the paragraph 2 with the flow. 13. Full-size material eye bars other than steel 1 inch thick and over the tested roll shall be bended with 1 180 degrees around the pin of the diameter of which they equal to twice the thickness of the bar with a fracture for the outside of the bend. 14. Angle 3/4 of an inch less than the thickness shall be open the flat with the angle within 1/2 inch less than the thickness shall be bent with a shut off the cold under the blow for the hammer without sign of the fracture of the test will be made only when they require the inspector rivet steel when nicked and bent around with the bar with the same the diameter of the rivet rod shall give with a gradual break and stamp fine silky uniform fracture. 16. Finished material shall be free of the injury, seam of the flaws, the cracks, and defective edges of the other defects that have been smoothly uniform with a workman-like finish. But the plate 36 inches in the width of the uniform under shall be rolled in the edges. 17. Stamping. Every finished piece of the steel head shall have this metal the number of the manufacturer stamped on over the rolled upon. The seal of the pin's roller should be stamped on the end. Rivet and lattice and the other small parts may be bundled with and above the marks of attachment metal tag. Material with a subsequent above the test of the mills and the acceptance of the developed weak spots in the brittle crackness of the or cracks or other imperfections found to have injuries or defects will be rejected by the shop and shall be replaced by the manufacturer of its own cost. 119. A variation cross-section weight of each of the piece with the steel more than 2.5% with the specified sufficient to cause rejection except for the case with the sheared plates, which will be covered with the following permissible variations, which are applied to single plates. When ordered to weight, plate 12.5 pounds per square foot with a heavier up to 100 inches with 2.5% above and below the prescribed weight, 100 inches wide and over the 85% above the below plates under 12.5 pounds per square foot, up to 75 inches wide, 2.5% below 75 inches up to 100 inches wide, 5% above or 3% below 100 inches wide, over the 10% above the 3% above. 22. Wide when ordered to the gauge. Plates will be accepted if measured not more than 1/100th of an inch below the ordered thickness. And in excess over the nominal weight of the corresponding with the dimension in the order due will be allowed to each of the plate no more than the shown following table. The 1 cubic inch roll test may be assumed the weight of 0.2833 pounds. Or this shows the thickness order, the width and nominal weights up to 75 feet, 75 feet to 100 feet, so up to 75 inches, 75 inches up to 100 inches, 100 inches to 115 inches over 115 inches width of the plate. R2. Special metals, cast iron. Except with the chilled with the specified with the casting shall be made with the tough gray iron, the 12 not with the 10%, 0.10 a tenth of a percent. They shall be the pattern of the width and the free with the flaws. Except with the shrinkage test of the demand shall be made with the arbitrational bar with the American Society testing material with a round bar of 1 1/4 inch in diameter to 15 inches long. The transverse testing should be made with the support length of the 12 inch with a load of the middle of the minimum braking load applied with the 29,000 pounds with a deflection of at least 1/16 of an inch before the rupture. Wrought in iron flat bar. The wrought iron should be double the roll thoroughly. The fibers uniform with the characters thoroughly welded and rolling by free from surface defects. The test is specified with the form of the ticker at one end, the full size piece with the same length, but there shall be some ultimate strength of at least 50,000 pounds per square inch, like elongation of at least 18%, and 8 inches with the fracture with a wholly fibrous. The specimen shall be bent with a cooled, while the fiber is 135 degrees without the sign of the fracture around the pin of the diameter, which is not over twice with the thickness of the piece tested when the nicked and bent with the fracture, must shown at least 9% fibrous. Inspection testing in the mill. The purchaser shall be furnished with a complete copy of the mill order. No material should be rolled, no work done. But the purchaser has notified that the orders have been placed and know that they arranged for the inspection. Copy of the mill orders. 27. The manufacturer shall furnish with all the facility inspecting with the testing weight of the quality of the material the mill will be manufactured. That shall be furnished with the suitable testing and the testing of the specimen as well as prepare the piece of the machinery free of cost. When the inspector furnished with the purchaser when the inspecting the material of the mills shall have the full access for all times, all parts of the mills will be materially inspected by the manufacturer. 4. Workmanship. General. All parts of the forming of the structure shall be built in accordance with the approved drawings. The workmanship furnished and finished shall be equal to the best practice of the bounded bridge works. Straightening material. Material thoroughly straightened within shop. The method will be not injure it before being laid off the work in any way. Finish. Shearing will be neatly, accurately done with all portions of the work exposed. The viewing to finish. Side of the rivet. Side of the rivets called behind the plane, but it should be understood with the meaning the actual side of the cold rivet being heated. Rivet holes. When general rimming is required with the diameter of the punching of the material not over the 5/8 of an inch and not more than 1/16 of an inch greater than that of the rivet. The diameter of the die should not exceed the punch by more than 1/4 of the thickness of the metal punch. The material over the 5/8 of an inch thick, except with the minor details. All materials will generally reamed with the required shall be sub-punched and reamed as being paragraph 63 drilled from the solid of the holes and flange rolled beams and channels of the floor and the railroad bridges shall be drilled, and from the solid of the webs in the same shall be drilled with a sub-punch and reamed. Alright, 34. Punching shall be accurately done with a slightly increasing inaccuracy. Matching of the holes may be corrected with the reaming, the drifting, and enlarging unfair holes will be allowed. Poor matching with the holes will cause the forward rejection of the option by the inspector. Some of the riveted members shall be have all the parts pinned up firmly, joined together with the bolts, riveting and commence and connecting with the surface to be painted. Lattice bars. Lattice bars shall have the nearly rounded ends unless otherwise called for. Web stiffener. Stiffeners shall be fit nearly flanged and girded with the tight fits, and shall be called with the further end of the shifters. Stiffeners shall be faithful and shall be brought with the true contact bearing the flange angles. Splice plates and fillers. Web splice plates and fillers while using stiffeners shall be cut to fit with 1/8 of an inch flange angles. Web plates girded with the trap. No cover of the plate shall be flush with the back of the angle of the project with above them set more than 1/8 of an inch, and unless otherwise called for, when plates are specialized, not more than 1/4 of an inch clearance between the end of the plates will be allowed. Connection angles. Connection angle with the floor girders shall be flush with each of the other with the corrective as the position length of the girder in case the minimum required with the riveting the removal of more than 1/16 of an inch from their thickness of the use for the rejection. Riveting. The rivets shall be driven with the pressure tools whenever possible. The pneumatic hammer shall be used in preference to hand driving. The rivets. Rivets should look neat when finished with the head with improved with the shape of the flow of the equalized size. The shape they shall be central with the shank of the grip of the assembled piece with the firmly recoupling culping with not allowing loose burning with otherwise defective with the rivets shall be cut out with replacing cutting out the rivets with great care should be taken not to injure the adjacent metal. If necessary, they should be drilled out. Turn bolt. Whenever the bolts are used in place for the rivets when transmitted and clear, shear with the hole of the ream with the parallel of the bolts to turn with the drilling fit. The washer not less than 1/4 inch thickness shall be used with the nut under the nut. Members obviously straightened. With the several pieces of the forming, the one built with the number should be straight and fit closely together. Finished members of it should be free from twists and bends with open joints. Finishing joints. The butting joints shall be cut with the dress and true straight with the fitting of the clothes together, especially open to the view. Its compression joints. Depending on the contact bearing of the surface, it should be truly faced as to having even bearings as they riveted up and complete when they're perfectly aligned. Field connections. Holes with the floor girded with the connection shall be sub-punched and the ream with the twisted drill set. Steel template 1 inch thick, otherwise allow the field connections to be assembled in the shop with an even fair hole with the ream. When seen the reel, the piece of the matching match marked before the being taken apart. Eye bars. Eye bars shall be straight and true on the side, but shall be free from twists and fold in the necks and head. Any other defects heads shall be made upsetting the rolling of the forging. Welding is not allowed for the forms of heads. It will be determined by the dies for the use for the core where the eye bars are made. In satisfactory, the engineer may be manufacturer shall guarantee the unit bars are break in the body and still keep the fracture. The test rupture. The thickness of the head of the neck shall not be more than 1/16 of an inch from the thickness of the bar. Boring eye bars. Boring the eye, which each of eye bars shall be properly annealed with the carefully straightened pinholes shall be in the center line with the line of the bars in the center head of the head, but bars in the same length shall be bored accurately with that they were placed in pins 1/32 of an inch smaller in the diameter through the pin holes and can be passed with the holes at the both ends of the bar at the same time. Alright, pinholes shall be bored with the true of the gauge with the smooth and straight with the right angle to the axis member of the parallel each with the unless otherwise called for. Whenever the possible boring shall be done with the member of the riveted up. Variation in pinhole. The distance center to the center of the pinhole shall be correctly within 1/32 inch diameter of the hole, not more than 1/32 inch larger than that of the pin. For the pins of a 5-inch diameter from 1/32 inch large pins. Pin and rollers should be accurately turned with the gauge and shall be straightly smooth and entirely free from flaws. At least one pilot driving pay knife should be furnished with each of the side of each with the structure of the field rivets among about 10% and excess the number each side of the actually required. 53 screw heads. Screw threads should make tight fits of the nuts and shall be U.S. standard except for the above the diameter of 1 inch and 3/8 of an inch, which then shall be made with a 6-inch thread per inch. Annealing. Steel, except for the minor details which has been partially heated, shall be properly annealed. All steel castings shall be annealed. Welded steel will not be allowed. Expansion of the bed plates shall be planed and true and smooth. The cast wall shall be planed with the top of the bed and cutting with the planing tool, which should be corresponding with the direction of the expansion. Shipping details, pin, nuts, bolts, rivets, other small details should be boxed or crated. The weight of every piece of the box shall be marked on it in plain figures. Finished weight. The payment of the pound price contract shall be scaled weight and not allowance for 2% of total weight of the structure of the kind put unit of the plans will be allowed to excessive weight. Alright, and additional specifications, general reaming and planning are required. 61 shear edge of the end of the shall be planed with at least 1/4 inch punch holes. It shall be made with the punch from 3/16 of an inch smaller than the diameter. The nominal size of the rivets shall be reamed to finish the diameter not more than 1/16 inch larger than the rivet. The reamer after the assembling, whenever the practical, the reaming shall be done with the pieces of forming the one bolt has been assembled with the firm bolt together. The necessary to take the piece of the apport with the shipping the handle with the respective of the places reamed together so that shall be marked that they may resemble the same position. Final setting up. No interchange of the ream parts will be allowed. Removing the birds on all the reamed holes shall be removed from the tool, countersinking with a 1/16 of an inch. 5. Shop painting. Steel work before leaving the shop shall be thoroughly cleaned by giving the one good condition with purulent line seated oil shirts point. May also be called for well worked in all joints and open spaces. 66. And riveted work. The surface of the coming with the contact shall each be painted with being riveted together. Are pieces part of the parts which are not accessible to the paint after the erection include the top string of the eye bar handle with the end of the part. Cords shall be coated with the paint before leaving the shop. The paint shall be done only with the surface of the metal perfectly dry. It shall not be done with the freezing water unless protected under the cover. 69. Machine furnished surfaces shall be coated with the white lead and tailable before the shipment, before putting out into the open air. Art 17. Inspection and testing at the shop. The manufacturer shall furnish the all facility inspection, testing the weight and the quality of the workmanship of the shop. When material is manufactured, the shop furnish the suitable transting machine. The testing full-size member is required. Purchasers shall be furnished with the complete shop plans and must be notified in advance for the start of the work and the shop up in order that they may have the inspector of the hand to inspect the material workmanship, the complete with the copy of the shipping invoice. A voice shall be furnished by the purchaser with each of the shipment. Access to the shop. When the inspector furnished with the purchaser, they shall have the full access to at all times all parts of the shop. The material under the inspection is manufactured. Acceptance for the material of the works. The inspector shall stamp each piece except for the private mark of the piece for the non so marked with the rejected at the time. At any stage of the work, the inspector throughout the oversight of the otherwise expected material work with defective of the contrary with the specification of material, no matter whether the stage of completion may be rejected for the purchaser. 7. Full-size test. Full-size parts of the structure shall be tested for the manufacturer required with the purchaser. Such tests from the eye bar similar with the members provided with the workmanship shall be made and the manufacturer expense shall be paid with the purchase of the contractor price. If the test is satisfactory, if the test is not satisfactory, members represented with them will be rejected. The expense for the testing members then to provide their design shall be paid for by the purchaser. Alright, 75, eye-bar test. The eye-bar test is the ultimate strength of the true elastic at the limit of the longitude of the 10 foot unless the different line is called for shall be recorded. The transverse test. The transverse test, lateral vertical deflection shall be recorded. Or your standard upset, recommended for the standard table, the standard upset, and for the round and square bars. Round bars are dimensional in inches. Upsets, bars, and upset, and bar, square bars, bar, and bar, and upset. An appendix. I'm just going to go over the appendix in like 1 minute after this video.